Oh my goodness, there's 5 people already. Hello, everyone. Yay, my connection is working. Hello, everyone. My name is Rhonda Pierce, and people are starting to come on board. So let's see here. Tisha is here from Florida. Hello. Let's see, there was somebody else here. Chloe. Chloe is here from Texas. All right, we'll see. So I'm in the Chicago area and I just looked out my office window and it's snowing. It's not snowing hard, but it is snowing. So, Patty, I see you're Patty from Fort Wayne. That snow might be coming your way. I haven't checked the weather today to know where it's going. Diane is in downtown Chicago. So, Diane, are you getting any snow? Anyway, it's not snowing hard, but wow, certainly got a lot of snow here over Thanksgiving, and I got so much done. It was a beautiful snow, and yes, I even did some sewing. Lolly's here from Georgia. Her next sewing project will be a toaster sweater. How adorable! Chloe says no snow in Houston. Vicky's here from Iowa. So, welcome everyone, and let's go ahead and get started. So, last month, our question was how old is your sewing machine? And I've got all kinds of answers. And the answer that won the random drawing was Mackenzie Williams from Missouri. And Mackenzie said that she has an embroidery machine that's 7 years old. Her sewing machine is 4 years old, and her serger, well, it's so old she doesn't even know how old it is, but it works. So there you go. Don't we have a wide range of machines? Yes, even I do. In fact, maybe I mentioned that when I took my old Bernina machine in, I still had the receipt from 1986. I spent $850. I had the business card from Shirley from the Glen Burnie, Baltimore, Maryland area. And so it was just kind of fun to see that. Now I need to take my FOF machine in. Probably while I'm away on for Christmas or during Christmas, so I can start sewing again in January. I was on a sewing retreat 2 weeks ago in Iowa, and it is time to clean up that machine. Lots of dust. So Marianne is here from Evans, Georgia. Welcome. Candace is oh, she says she finally has a Wednesday off so she could be here, and she is from Winnipeg. Oh my gosh, in Winnipeg. Are you going to go to Quilt Canada next year? I think it's in Winnipeg. So I'm hoping to go there. Um, uh, let's see, what month is that? Is it June? I don't even remember. So, well, speaking of shows, wow, just before I went live, I got an email from International Quilt Market and Festival. And as many of you know, I usually teach at Quilt Festival in Houston. I do a 3-hour hands-on SCHMETZ class, What Needle Do I Use? And I just learned that they changed the dates. So they changed the dates from the week before Thanksgiving to November 12th to 15th. So I'm so glad because that works better with my schedule and I can still go on my annual sewing retreat, which I'll tell you about shortly. And it looks like the wholesale portion of quilt of um, of Houston has been canceled or discontinued. So lots of happening change happening in Houston for International Quilt Market and Festival. So you see it here, breaking news that came right before we went live. So I'll be reading that. All right, let's see. Kitty Ann is here from New North Carolina. North Carolina, yeah, let's see. QuiltCon is coming up, and I think that's in North Carolina. Raleigh, if I remember correctly. So, welcome, Sheila. I'm glad you're here today, too. Oh, okay. Candace says, yeah. Okay, so Candace, let's meet in June at Quilt Canada. All right. So anyway, Mackenzie won the random drawing last month, and she sent the nicest thank you note. I'm just going to read it to you. Thank you so much for choosing me as your random giveaway winner. It truly means a lot. I've been quilting and sewing with my mom since I was 10, and she's 24 now. And honestly, I still need her for everything sewing related. And she laughs and she says she's been using SCHMETZ needles. They're the only ones that she uses. So she enjoys watching the SCHMETZ Snippet lives, and she's currently working on a queen size hexagon bee quilt for herself. Why? Well, her middle name is Bee, B-E-E. So the hexagon bee quilt she's making for herself. And in the giveaway last month, there was queen size batting that she's going to use for this hexagon quilt. So thank you very much for being part of the giveaway. All right, so let me just go ahead and give you the question that you need to answer in order to be entered into the random drawing. So today's question is, if your sewing machine could talk, and it could be an embroidery or serger machine, but if your sewing machine could talk, what would it say? Would it complain about thread tension? Would it complain about skipped stitches? Would it complain about being ignored? Would it complain about being overused, especially at this time of the year? Or maybe your machine is happy. So what would your sewing machine say if it could talk? So put your comments in the chat, and we'll be taking a look at those. That enters you into today's random drawing. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just look at the goodie. No, let's answer the questions first. We retrieved the questions that came in since Monday, so let me answer those, and then I'll move along to other topics. So Joan asked, my Super Universal 9014 needles don't have colored bands. Are they really SCHMETZ needles? So I pulled the SCHMETZ Super Nonstick Super Universal needles, and the first thing you're going to notice about these needles is the color. They're kind of a gunmetal color or charcoal gray. So what is that? An anti-adhesive coating. So guess what? Anti-adhesive coating, Joan, means that the color bands won't stick to the Super Nonstick Super Universal needles. So you need to, when you take the needle out of the package, you need to remember what needle size you've got in your machine. So Super Nonstick Super Universal needles you're going to use for machine embroidery, machine applique. Maybe you're sewing on vinyl, hoop and loop tape. Maybe you do landscape or collage quilts. Anytime you're working with a sticky stabilizer or spray adhesive, the Super Nonstick Super Universal is a great needle to use. Okay, so thank you for asking that question, Joan. All right, Carolyn Turner asked, how do you know what needle type and size is best for certain fabrics? She's asking about collage quilts, flannel, fleece fabric, etc. Well, Carolyn, what you need to do is get your hands on the SCHMETZ ABC Pocket Guide. And if you can't do that, well, how do you get this? Well, gosh, when you order from SCHMETZneedles.com, there's one in your package. You can go to your local sewing machine dealer, quilt shop, fabric store, and when you buy your SCHMETZ needle, say, hey, do you have the SCHMETZ ABC Pocket Guide? And most of the time, the stores will give it to you for free. So there's a wealth of information in here. In the back, inside cover is a list of over 70 fabrics that are alphabetically listed with recommendations for needle type and size. And guess what? You can download this into your phone also. So it doesn't matter if you have a Samsung, Android, iPhone, Google, because it's a web-based app. It works with all the different phone systems. So how do you get the ABC Pocket Guide into your phone? you're going to go to SCHMETZneedles.com, SCHMETZneedles.com, go to resources, and there's a little you can click, and it'll tell you how to download into your phone. And it involves clicking the three little dots in order to add it to your home page. So now, for collage quilts, well, I kind of touched upon that already. So when Joan asked about the super nonstick, super universal needle, that's a great needle to use for your collage and landscape quilts. Why? Because oftentimes you're working with a spray adhesive or maybe a sticky stabilizer, and that super nonstick, super universal can just stitch beautifully through all those layers and that adhesive. For flannel, you might use a universal needle, you might use a denim needle, depending on the thicknesses. And for fleece fabric, well, for polar fleece or fleece, I always suggest the stretch needle. And let me just see here. I think so. Oh, so if you go to your local store, you know, we have these little colorful packages of combination of needle types and sizes. So we've got one here for sewing with knits, which includes the stretch and the jersey needle. And we have another one specifically named fleece. And these are size 7511 and the 9014. So you can also buy those needles as single card, stretch, or jersey. Or if you're just kind of testing, you can get these combo packs. And a lot of your machine dealers will have these combo packs, and certainly they're available at SCHMETZneedles.com. So keep that in mind. All right. Anita's asking about embroidery, what needle to use, especially when working with thicker or denser fabrics and going through all kinds of layers. So sometimes you just have to test. Anita, that super nonstick, super universal needle is always one of my favorites. You can certainly, oh, here we go. The super nonstick, super universal has that optimized blade, and it's available in a variety of sizes, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So these needles are available as single size cards, just as I show right here. If you go to SCHMETZneedles.com, they're bundled up as a fun little purchase. Or if you want a sample of a variety of sizes for the super nonstick, super universal, there is the vinyl pack. It's called vinyl, but it's the super nonstick, super universal, just like these needles here, but in assorted sizes. So this is a way to get assorted sizes in the super nonstick, super universal needle. And wow, my lights are going out here. Let me, I guess I've been sitting too long. Okay, so another question. Karen asked if SCHMETZ needles work in her Janome Finesse overlocker. And actually, I went online because every once in a while, especially Janome has certain models of machines that require a different needle system. So the suggested needle system for the Janome Finesse is HA1XSP. And oh, by the way, I just happen to have a package right here. This needle comes in two sizes, 7511 and the 9014. It has a medium ballpoint, a reinforced blade, and a special scarf. The scarf, which many of you probably know, is that little indentation on the backside of your needle above the eye. So the HA1XSP has a special scarf so that a larger thread hoop can be made for the hook can pick up the thread easier. The eye is also shorter and wider. So your Janome Finesse machine owner's manual says to use needle system HAX1SP. So I hope that is helpful for you. And another question, Arvella asked, She likes to do mostly machine embroidery and general sewing. What needles should she have? So I always suggest, no matter what kind of sewing, piecing, quilting, crafting you like to do, that you have universal 80-12 and 90-14 in your stash. Those are good basic needles to either use or to have as backup for your sewing. If you're sewing with knits, those jersey or stretch needles that I just showed you are great. Fantastic for sewing with knits. For doing, for general sewing, we have the bundle. Hold on. We call it piecing and quilting, but you know what? These needles are really great for general sewing too, because you've got the universal needle, the workhorse of all needle types. You've got the jeans needle with that optimized blade in assorted sizes. You have the top stitch needle with that elongated eye. The quilting needle, specifically designed for piecing and for quilting, and then the microtex when you're looking for precision stitches. So this would be a great little starter kit, or if you want to just sample a variety of needles, this would be a great needle pack to pick up. For machine embroidery, of course, the classic embroidery needle, which you see right here, which is also available in titanium, which gives extra strength to the needle. And the super nonstick, super universal that we already talked about is great for machine embroidery. So, Anita, did I mention the super nonstick, super universal is a great needle to use with your denser or heavier layers of embroidery projects. So great, some ideas for you. Okay, so I think that takes care of my questions. Now, let's talk about, let's see, let me look at our responses here. Let's see. Oh, Karen says, time to start up again. The machine has been waiting for Karen to sew. Jane says, my machine would say, I love the new purple paint. Purple paint. So Jane, do you have like a featherweight machine that you had repainted? Just guessing. So again, the question to be entered into today's drawing is to answer, what would your, if your sewing machine could talk, what would it say? So I'm looking at some of the answers here. Lolly says, let's have some fun. Susan, who won a couple months ago, her machine would say, you make many people happy with all the repairs, alterations, and quilting projects that you make. Fantastic. Patty says, her machine would say, it's so happy. Can you use some different colors? I love it when you use, decorative stitches. Deborah Serger would say, I'm having so much fun. Marlene says her machine would say, new project, new needle. Makes a smooth running stitch. You bet. Well, bravo. Okay, so thank you everybody for contributing. I really appreciate that. And let's just scoot along. Let's look at what is available in today's giveaway. And again, you have to answer that question. Marge said her machine would say, slow down. All right, so one of the items in today's giveaway is the Viva Lux Craft Light. This is a really super bright light, and this is the first time that this item has been, or any of the Viva Lux products have been offered in my SCHMETZ giveaway. So let's take a look at what's in this little yellow box. And you can find the Viva Lux products at your local sewing machine dealer, some of your quilt shops, and fabric stores too. So let's take a look. Let's open up the package here. And the first thing I'm going to take out is the light. And guess what? It's already, it's ready to sew. It's ready to attach to your sewing machine. It is super bright. It looks like there's two different brightness levels here. and I'm just going to put it back to the brightest level. So it has a little adhesive back that you can attach to your machine. It also, so where are you going to put this? Well, you can, it has a flexible net, so you can wrap it around so you can focus right on your sewing machine needle. The kit also comes with a magnifying glass that you can position on your machine so you can get an even better view of your needle and thread. So maybe you want to use it when you're threading your needle, or you've got some really delicate work. So it comes also with a clip so you can clip appropriately. So I'm delighted to have this new product item in our giveaway today. And guess what? I've got 2 more items for next month and the following month to give away too. So thank you, Viva Lux. And again, you'll find these at your local store. Okay, so let's scoot along. Sally Tomato. How many of you love to make totes and bags and purses? And we know that Sally Tomato is an expert in making all of these wonderful bags. And Jessica has a new book that just came out. I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I'm delighted because on page 65 and 66, she talks about 6 different SCHMETZ needles. So this is included in today's random giveaway. You'll find it especially helpful if you like to make totes, handbags, purses, or maybe you're curious and you want to get started, and this is a great guide to use. So thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Team Sally Tomato. You can always go to sallytomato.com to buy more copies or to learn more about their fabrications and techniques and patterns, etc. From our friends at Taylor Seville, we have this wonderful marking and tracing device. So it comes with 3 different colors of Taylor's chalk. And what's really cool about this item is that it has 2 different heads. It has, I don't know if you can see it, you can see the wheel here has the can make the perforation marks, or it also has, when you take this out and flip it, it has just a smooth surface also. So if you want the dotted lines or the solid marking lines, you've got choices. You just pull this out and flip it and snap it right back in. It comes with a little sharpener so you can keep your Taylor's chalk sharp and handy too. So Taylor Seville, thank you very much. All right. From our friends at Timeless Treasures. Isn't this pretty? I've got a bundle of fat quarters, and this is called the Lotus Collection. 5 fat quarters from Timeless Treasures. You know, I really want to take the plastic off and look at each of these, but I'm going to keep them nice and fresh for whoever wins today's prize. All right. I have Mettler thread. So I've got a collection of Mettler thread in a variety of colors, because don't we always need more thread? I have, well, I think I've told you I keep these little boxes that our industrial needles come in. So when I ship these, the SCHMETZ carded needles in the giveaway, I just tuck them into this little box. So we've got a wide assortment of SCHMETZ needles, for every kind of sewing that you might have. So one lucky person's going to get a nice collection of SCHMETZ needles. All right. From our friends at Stoff Fabrics. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? I really didn't want to give this away. I just think this beautiful Stoff knit fabric would make a beautiful tunic, or maybe a soft flowy dress. So Stoff Fabrics, this is a Scandinavian fabric, and I just love these watercolors. Doesn't that make you feel calm? Think about these colors when you're in the height of holiday sewing and shopping. It's so calming. Love these colors. All right. Well, guess what? Similar colors from our friends at Shannon Fabrics. And you know, I'm a huge fan of Shannon Fabrics, Cuddle Fabric, and Minky. And this is their new quilting cuddle. What does that mean? Well, this fabric has less stretch and a smaller or shorter nap. So it's a lot easier to control. So this collection here would make a nice little quilt. It's a fat quarter bundle of 9 fat quarters. You could strip piece these, maybe use it for backings on a little quilt. So you've got some choices, and I just love these colors. From our friends at Hobbs Batting. Yes, we've got the heirloom cotton batting. So this is the natural product, and this is queen size. So one lucky winner will, oh my goodness. If you're making a queen size quilt, I hope you win this today. And we've got a Grab It My Pad needle organizer. This probably isn't new to anyone, but it's a great way to organize your slightly used needles, or needles that maybe the older needles that don't have any color codes. You just slide the needle into the appropriate needle type and size. I keep mine right next to my, leaning against my light source, right next to my sewing machine. So somebody's going to win that. And then I have the Grab It magnetic pin cushion. I love this lavender color. Isn't that pretty? Let me take the top off. So as many of you know, the, this is the packaging of the Grab It magnetic pin cushion, and it comes with the dome. So don't throw that dome away, because when you go on a sewing retreat, or you want to throw this into a bag, you're going to put the dome over your Grab It magnetic pin cushion so the pins don't flick out. So you've got the Grab It magnetic pin cushion. So I just have to show you. Doesn't this look pretty? Oh yeah, I'm styling. And yes, this was intentional. I pulled these 3 color, or this colorway, just for today's giveaway. All right, so let me put this back. So lots of goodies here. And again, remember, to win today's giveaway, you must answer, if your sewing machine could talk, what would it say to you? All right. We've covered a lot of information here. Oh, it's almost 30 minutes. How many of you got the newsletter? Thank you for opening the newsletter. It always comes out a few days before the end of the month. So one of the topics in the newsletter was a review of the different needle points. So if you receive, or if you have the SCHMETZ ABC Pocket Guide, it's a 2-page spread of the different needle points. So the points are described, then the needle types are identified for that specific needle type. So I hope that you found that information helpful throughout the year, and as you continue to sew on future projects. So the video that we included was Brianna of So Cute and Quirky Videos, and she was using the Super Nonstick Super Universal needle, and we kind of talked about this already. It has that anti-adhesive coating, and the optimized blade, and an extra wide eye. So she's showing you how to use that needle. All right, we're just scooting right along here. And okay, so what I didn't talk about was my retreat. Oh, no. Let's continue here, and then I've got a bonus round. with my update on my sewing retreat. Okay, so if you got the SCHMETZ newsletter, the December newsletter, you probably know that we have 4 special email blasts coming out with special gift items for you at special prices. So this email went out on Monday. This is time sensitive. So if you are interested in Grab It magnetic pin cushions, the swirl collection or the mini Grab It, these are available until 11:59 tonight at a very special price. So the swirl Grab It's, they're just like the solid colors, but we've got black and white, a swirly red, and a swirly blue. They do not come with the pins, but you know what? If you've got somebody that likes to do woodworking or they work with lots of nails or nuts and bolts, guess what? This works. This will collect those nuts and bolts or maybe paper clips on your desk, etc. The special also, which expires tonight at 11:59, is a special price on the mini Grab It's. And as many of you know, I put this collection together, one for your sewing machine, one for your ironing board, and one for your easy chair when you're doing handwork. But again, you can use these throughout the house. They make nice little gifts. You can collect nails, of course, your straight pins, bobby pins, paper clips. And I always think, wouldn't this be fun just to drop it into a Christmas stocking? So that is the current special on the swirly magnetic pin cushions and the mini Grab It's. And Cindy says she loves the magnetic pin cushions. Thank you. And Anita says the pin cushions are useful and they make great small gifts. You bet. You get it. All right. Now I'm going to give you, let's see. Also in there is the Grab It zipper top bag. So we had this a few weeks ago and at a very special price, and now we have it at a special price that we still have a few units that are available. It's a zipper top bag, and let's look what's in here. Let's see. It's got 2 little side zippers. So you could put thread or the SCHMETZ ABC pocket guide, etc. in here. Put that. And it is large enough that it holds the Grab It My Pad needle organizer. Here we go. The Grab It My Pad. So it is available in here along with a collection of 5 different needle packs. So we've got needles for piecing and quilting. We've got the universal needle in assorted sizes, the super nonstick, super universal in assorted sizes, needles for sewing with knits, and then we have the felt and craft collection. So that's the needles. And then each bundle also includes the laminated luggage tag with the SCHMETZ color chart and the ABC pocket guide, which is everything you need to know about your needles. So it's not just marketing materials. So all of these things come in this little zipper top bag. So it's at a special price. I think you save about $10. So we still have a few left. Let me get the lights here. So makes a nice gift. Maybe somebody's learning to sew. Maybe you need a gift item for a guild member, or maybe you just want one for yourself. All right, so now I'm going to give you a tease at the next 3 emails. So Friday, there will be another time-sensitive email that comes out. And that product will be the SCHMETZ Stein, the SCHMETZ Stein. It will be available empty at a very good price. So I use mine in my sewing room and also here in the office with pens and sewing notions, etc. But you could use it for as a flower vase. You could use it for coffee. Oh yeah, you could drink beer from it too. All right. Then the third item that we've got coming up which that email blast will go out on Monday. So it'll be valid until I think Wednesday, well, Tuesday night at 11:59. So they're about 2.5, 3 day time sensitive offers. I know many of you want this SCHMETZ Super Demo Needle. I think of it as a trophy. um, I've never used it as a protection tool. Heaven forbid I would win. But you know what? This is a fun accessory to your sewing room. It's a statement piece. Oh, you get this? You don't ever have to change it. This needle is very expensive to produce. So if you're looking for an inexpensive gift, this is not it, but we do have a few dollars off. It is available. It's not always available to the consumer. We had sold out a few months ago. We were able to find a manufacturer, but like everything else, the cost has gone up. So how do you get these emails? Well, you need to go to SCHMETZneedles.com. And after about 20 seconds, there's one of those irritating pop-ups that says sign up for the SCHMETZ newsletter. And put your information in there, and that will automatically add you. Or you can go to SCHMETZneedles.com, and under resources, it'll say sign up for the SCHMETZ newsletter, and that will put you into the newsletter. Now, we've got these already queued up in the system, so I hope it adds any new emails. All right, so Super Demo Needle available at a special price beginning on Monday. So check your emails. And then finally, next Wednesday, we will have a variety of needles that are available. They might be overstock, they might be clearance items. It's an ever-changing list of needles that are available. Lots of twin needles. So nothing wrong with these needles. We just have overstock, or maybe we got a really good deal on them. So you can check that out, because normally we don't reduce prices on our inventory except for a few clearance items. So keep that in mind. All right. Well, we're scooting right along. Okay. Again, if you're interested, you need to sign up for the SCHMETZ newsletter. Just go to SCHMETZneedles.com and sign up for the newsletter. All right. Many of you know that I was on a sewing retreat the week before Thanksgiving, and this was my 5th year to meet with Rita Farrell, who does postings on Facebook on weekends. She does the fun postings. I do the needle facts during the week, and that's okay. No complaints. And Deanna Springer from Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and Mary Malari Productions. And we just from Minnesota, and we had a great 5 days to sew. And the weather cooperated. We call it our SET week. S for sewing, E for eating, and T for thrifting. And we did all 3 of those things with gusto. Okay, so I thought, well, let me just show you a few things. Oh, wait. Let me first show you, right before I went on my SET retreat, my friend Rosalie, who lives a couple doors down from me, loves to do embroidery. And so she surprised me with a gift. So this is a little tea towel that she embroidered. And yes, she used SCHMETZ needles. What's really interesting about this embroidery is, wow, she used vinyl. She used vinyl here. So what I don't know is, can I machine wash this? So I have it hanging on my oven handle, and I just thought, oh, thank you, Rosalie. And she just texted me yesterday to say she just finished a quilt with giraffes, so embroidered giraffes. So machine embroidery is Rosalie's thing, and she loves to do machine embroidery, and I'm delighted to go to her home to see what she does with her embroidery machine. She has a brother machine and uses SCHMETZ needles, and when she comes to my place, we talk sewing and machine embroidery over limoncello. All right, so let's look at a couple things that I did on my sewing retreat. So in 2016, I went to the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show. And many of you probably know that I normally give lectures there too. But in 2016, I took a class too. And the class was a feather table runner. Well, we sandwiched pieces of muslin with batting, and we practiced our feather quilting. And we also made a table runner. And here's the pattern. I still have it. I still have the supply list from the class too. So that's how I know I can document it. And I never finished. Well, actually, I never started the feathering. I finished the table runner, but I never finished never even started the feathering. And I realized, oh my goodness, I'm not a feathering person. But I just did some echo quilting. Let's see, echo quilting. I kept it really super simple, just following the outline of this bias tape that I created. And I just think it's so simple. It's really stunning. So I don't have anyone to give this to. I might just hang it in one of my rooms. That would be quilt project number 13 in my home. If you've taken a class with me in the last year, I frequently was traveling with my Lily of the Valley quilt. And I can't really show you the entire quilt because it is so big, but I'll just give you a little tease here. Oh, that's upside down. Let me show you. So this probably measures 104 by 90 inches. It's pretty big. And as you can see, it's got Lily of the Valley machine embroidery on here. And then these little squares are 1-inch squares. So it was, I had this top done since 2003. 2003. The top has just been folded in a drawer in my sewing room. And then this year I traveled with it. So one of the questions I had when I traveled with it and I was giving my lectures was, is this quilt done? Is this quilt done? So how many classes did I teach this year? Oh, well, I know I gave over 100 presentations, but I don't recall how many of those were in person. So the in-person classes, I would say, is this quilt done? And of all the classes, only 2 people asked, is there a label on your quilt? Well, until my sewing retreat, the answer was no. But now I had a leftover square of the machine embroidered Lily of the Valley. So it is now documented with my name, Rhonda Pierce, 2003 to 2025. So yeah, let's finish those projects. All right, put that. Okay, and I'll show you one more project. I did a couple other things, but many of you know that one year I made 15 lap quilts for family and friends, and I saved all the scraps, and I made this quiltlet with over 1,000 1-inch half square triangles. And let's see. Oh, this one is documented. I finished it in 2020. So, but I still kept the scraps. So guess what? Those were 2.5-inch scraps. And so I just felt like sewing fast and furious. And I pieced all these strips together. So these were, so these were leftover scraps, 2.5-inch strips from all those quilts that I made many years ago. And the funny thing was, I used scraps on the back too. And guess what? I had to use these little half square triangles in order to complete my scrappy back. I have no more scraps from those projects. So I'm delighted that that project is done in its various mutations. So now I'm working on other things. Okay, well, let's see here. Yeah, lots of memories from these quilts. Let me just see if um, what we've got here. Okay, so the question to win today's random giveaway is, if your sewing machine could talk, what would it say? Would it complain you're not using me enough? Oh, you need to change your needle? Would it say, hey, glad to see you, let's get stitching? So today's random winner, let's see. Oh, I'm just waiting to find out who that is. Well, okay. Heather Milady says, my sewing machine would say, let's keep going. So Heather Milady, you are our winner today of the random giveaway. So to collect your goodies, you need to send an email to info@schmetzneedles.com. You need to send me your shipping address, and we'll get all of these goodies out to you. So Heather Milady 5538, you are a random winner today. Congratulations. Lucky you. Let's keep going. All right, let me see. Okay, so what else is going on? The next SCHMETZ snippet will be January 7th. That's a Wednesday at noon Central Time. I want to thank each of you for being here today. I really look forward to seeing each of you and to seeing your comments and answering your questions. And I hope that you each have a wonderful holiday. Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you, this is a jacket that I made too. This is a Sandra Betsina pattern. How many love Sandra Betsina? She's one of my favorite garment designers, and this was a double-faced wool fabric, and yeah, I'm getting kind of warm right now, that I bought in, I think I bought it Fabricana in Vancouver, BC. So that was many years ago, and hey, it still fits. All right. So Heather Milady 5538, you are our winner today. I want to wish each of you a joyous and happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever your celebration is. I wish you joy, health, and happy stitching. So thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for using SCHMETZ needles, and be sure to sign up for the newsletter and open up those email blasts that are coming out Friday, Monday, and the following Friday. You just might find something that you want to give away. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here. So SCHMETZ.